Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I make personal development content, self-development content, whatever you like to say. And I really just come on here and I talk about different ways that I have grown, different lessons that I have learned. And I really just like to share them with you all to see and hope that you can gain a new perspective, new insight, things of that nature from the experiences that I have been through. And so in today's video, I am talking about the idea of preparing for the stress and tackling the stress before it tackles you. And so what I mean by that is like, for example, let's say you are a parent and you already work a 9 to 5 job. And then when you come home, you gotta help the kids with homework. And then you gotta make sure they shower. And then you gotta make sure they do get ready for bed. You gotta make sure they eat. And you gotta make sure all these things, right? And you just feel so stressed and you just feel overwhelmed. And like that's life, right? And it's hard to ever really avoid stress. And that's the first thing I want to say is that there's no way for us to ever avoid stress. It's just about how we choose to deal with it and preparing for it before it comes. And so that may be part of your everyday routine. And it's just like, that you got it down packed, right? But let's say you got a monkey and a wrench, and now you got like on your way home from work, you end up getting like a flat tire. So now everything in your night is pushed back, right? So now you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed, you're probably feeling annoyed, you're probably feeling anxious because it's like, I got all this stuff to do when I get home, all these things. And so, what I have found that has really helped for me is learning what brings me down and what regulates me and what calms me down in those times where I'm angry, when I'm upset, when I'm hurt, when I really just want to like scream because I'm just so upset that things just are not going the way I planned for them to go. And so, the thing that I have really realized about this as well is there's um, a tendency to try to figure out how to handle these situations once you're already in it. But I really, really, really am a strong and firm believer in doing this before you get to these moments, because once you get to these moments, it's hard to really be able to think clearly because you're almost like disconnected from your body. You're so anxious, you're so upset that you can't even think logically. And so, what I like to do for myself is I like to read a book, or I like to go for a walk, or I like to paint, or I like to watch a funny movie or a funny TV show, or I just like to watch a scary movie or something. Like, you almost want to kind of get your body moving, or you want to kind of like readjust your environment so that you find a way to kind of distract you from that, but also not just distract you, but allow you to be able to handle it differently, because you want to kind of get yourself back into your body and back connected to your body. So typically when we're angry, when we're anxious, when we are like frustrated and we're yelling and we're going like crazy, and not literally crazy, but you know what I mean, like at those moments we're not connected with our body. At those moments we are not thinking logically. In fact, we're thinking very emotionally. And it's important to kind of get back to our body and be able to say, okay, what do I need in this moment right now to bring me back to like at least like a 10? Because right now I'm at 100, but I need to at least be at like a 10 so I can just think straight and I can think clearly, okay, what is my next move? And so when you're able to find something, and in those times you may not get the chance to really read a book, or you may not get the chance to do like things that are like going to truly take your attention away from something for a long amount of time. Because if you're out there at your car and your tire is shut down and everything, that's not going to, you're not going to pop open um your Hulu account and just say, oh, you know what, let me watch a movie. No. But if you have like a Kindle on your phone and you want to just like read your book, or maybe you like to read your Bible, Or maybe you like to pick up the phone and call someone and just talk to them about your frustrations. You have that one person you can go to, or a couple people you can go to in those moments and just say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. And they're going to encourage you and they're going to uplift you. All of those things are part of self regulation and bringing yourself back to your body, where you're able to now connect and think logically about what is my next move going to be, and how am I going to now shift my focus from me being angry and frustrated and anxious about the situation to logically of, all right, you know what? This is the reality. I have now accepted it. Now, what am I going to do about this? And in those moments, I also think that it's extremely important to also be able to realize what you need in that moment, because it's not just about what works for you, because there's a series of different things that may work for you, right? You may love to watch a funny movie and that may help at certain times, but then like there may be certain times where you like to read a book instead. And so I know for me personally, I do not like to read books when I am feeling overly anxious about something that I feel like I did to myself, right? So let me give you an example. If I'm already feeling anxious because I feel like I did not do what I wanted to do or what my goals were to do, I'm not really going to necessarily go read a self help book, because I love reading self help books. But in those moments, I need that comfort. I don't need a book that's going to tell me I should have done X, Y, and Z, because I know what I should have done, right? Or I don't need a book that's going to expose to me something else, a different area of my life that I need to be working on right now, right? That is not helping me. That is not helping my anxiety. In fact, that's probably going to make it worse, because now I'm like stressed out, like, oh gosh, all right, I just jacked this one thing up. And then now I got another thing that I need to focus on, another area of my life that I really want to get better at. And like, that's not calming my brain down. That's actually making it go like this, right? And so it's about finding those things that are going to help us feel better and self-regulate in those times, but it's also about knowing what is appropriate at what time. So those times where I may be feeling like hard on myself or maybe upset with myself because I did something that I knew better about, I'll just pick up the phone and give my family a call or give my friends a call. And those people will get on the phone with me and they'll support me and they'll uplift me and they'll make me feel better about it. And that is in those moments what you need, especially if you're the type of person that already knows that you should have done better. Like, it's one thing if you're like not connected with yourself and you're like, um, not taking accountability for the part that you played in it. But it's another thing if you already know and your family member or your friend knows that you know, and now that moment, they're just there to uplift you. They're not there to tell you told you so. They're not there to tell you like a self-help book would probably do. Okay, yeah, you also need to work on this part too. So, I just really find that it's so important to be able to know the difference between what you need in that moment and also knowing what you need in that moment in order to calm yourself down. So I really hope this was helpful for you. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be down in the comments below responding. Also, be sure to check out my bio at my website at mariasingleton.com. If you ever need any assistance or any help with, finding out like what in those areas that you could use in those times to kind of calm yourself down, please feel free to check out my services as well. But in the meantime, like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.